Busy waiting for the ad to finish. The rain has calmed down here, which is nice. It went from bright and sunny to typhoon-like weather. I will show you the weather report for Hong Kong. It looks nuts. Actually, seeing as how, let's go ahead and start the stream now. Let's go ahead and start. Hey everybody, how's it going? Okay, so let me show you. Let me show you what we are having to fight with. We're going to still fight, but yeah, you should see this. So if we head over to, let's see here, where is it? So if we head into Hong Kong Observatory, this is where you can get our information. Look at that. This is the current weather situation. Red rainstorm and thunderstorm warning. If you click on red rainstorm, you'll see that it is a special signal that they observed at 9:36. It means that there's going to be heavy rainfall, and it is expected over all of Hong Kong. The heavy rain can cause floodings. I don't have to worry about the flooding part. Well, okay, maybe not. The rain could potentially flood some areas of my apartment. So I do have to keep an eye on that. But because of this, there's been lots of delays in, travel. If it's a black rainstorm, then everything gets canceled. So red is 1 degree above the worst. Or 1 degree below the worst. Here you go, red rainstorm bulletin. So flash floods, so we have to be very cautious. Very cautious. So yeah, if the stream dies again, you know why. Nothing I can really do about it. Okay then. I was just sending a message. I was notifying my wife. I was just notifying my wife because she needs to, I would like her to know. They elevated it while earlier. Actually, let's see here. Here we go. Heavy rain, flash floods, people could stay in water. Please listen to the radio or watch the television for traffic and announcements. So, oh wow, oh my. Oh. Look at this. It's all getting up there. We're going to have, is this centimeters? Is this centimeters? This has to be like, is this millimeters, centimeters? If it's centimeters, then that's a lot of rain. Oh. That was in the past hour. Check it out. There's even yellow, which means these areas are severely flooding. Technically, we're being hit by a monsoon right now. Let's see here. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Here it is, right here. Dennis. Tropical storm Dennis is causing heavy rains and thunderstorms. But either way. Let's continue with the game. We were having fun playing this, and then we got kind of hit by a storm. So let's continue, figure out how things are going, and see what Kurosu has to say. I actually want to check something real quick. I want to check something very quick, so I might end up having to cancel the stream this evening if the rain is so bad, if the rain continuously gets more progressively worse. I got copyright struck in Identity 5 for some reason. I do not like the copyright system on YouTube. It makes no sense to me. It really doesn't. Anyway, okay. I was checking to see if I had to turn the music off for Steins Gate. Apparently we don't. So let's just enjoy. Oh. Do not mess up, controller. Okay. Alright, let's begin. Earlier. What are you talking about? About 15 minutes ago, before the conference started. Nonsense, this is the first time we've met. I was with Mayuri and that Upa toy 15 minutes ago. You were trying to tell me something, right? You looked really upset. Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that underhanded? You looked like you were going to start crying any seconds. Why? Have we met before? Have we met before? She seems sincere. That makes her even more suspicious. Oh, someone we never met. And she's already... she might be... We might have to keep cautious. She sounds quite... She's very suspicious. Very suspicious. She's a cold, calculating secret agent. If I show her the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for. And how do you know my name? My knowledge has no limits. I'm a mad scientist after all. Genius girl. Our next meeting shall be as enemies. Huh? Farewell. I spin around and take off downstairs, ignoring her call to stop. Like I listened to the enemy. And of course he runs. Damn, the organization. They must be serious if they're sending in agents like her. I run all the way down to the 4th floor and check behind me. Once I've convinced I forgot how to say it. Kurisu's not tailing. Once I'm convinced Kurisu's not tailing me, I'll sigh while rubbing my I sigh while I'm rubbing my temples. But I can't let anyone capture me yet. Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabashi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now, what is it? Damn, I left Mayuri behind. Damn, I left Mayuri behind. Yeah, we should probably say it's with more conviction. I knew she'd be a liability. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety, but got careless. I'll try calling her first. If she's alright, then I'll just have her meet me here. With that thought in mind, I take out my phone and I turn it on. And it rings just as I do. An enemy. Oh, an email. I'm seeing enemies everywhere. Even in emails, it's an enemy. That's not just a regular email. There's a voice attached. And it's from an unknown address. I open the video file with some trepidation. There's nothing but noise. Is this a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurisu style attack. Maybe the noise is some sort of make people go crazy frequency. No, wait. I don't remember giving her my mailing address, so I'm probably just thinking too hard. I curse myself for being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. Mayuri. I stopped the video call and called Mayuri's phone for my address book. 2009 cell phones. I wish they were still around, but everything is now kind of just a square with a big screen on it. These were so fun. These phones were super, super fun. Looks like I have to go back to the assembly hall. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Kurisu again. Wait, don't tell me. Did that femme fatale kidnap Mayuri? Damn you. Is that the way the organization operates? Leaving without Mayuri isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's a little sister to me, and there's a real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. Oh. Yeah, we gotta go find her. Mayuri has always been like that. I never know if she'll be there when I look back. Ooh. That's not good if she has a tendency to wander off. That could be very dangerous. In a sense, that's why I became Hoyin Kyoma. I have to go back to her. The thought of climbing back up to the 8th floor is depressing, but I have no choice. You could take the elevator. When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabashi's conference has just finished. Nobody on the stage, and the phony inventor has already left. The 20 or so members of the audience are starting to pack up. I soon find Mayuri. She's in the corner looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Kurisu anywhere. Looks like I scared her off. Actually, I think it's more like she's off doing her own. She's not going to start looking for you, my friend. So be it. So be it. I'll let her go this time. Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayuri. Oh, she looks very sad. What's wrong, Mayuri? Why don't you pack up? We're leaving. My metal Upa ran away. How could you lose it in this 15 minutes? How is that possible? She turns to me with a forlorn expression. Ran away? What? It's alive? It's a little hard to believe. I think I dropped it. But where? When? I see, so she was looking for it. Not like it really matters. Forget about it. You can always get another one. No way. Metal Upas sell upwards of 10,000 yen online. You know? Wait, what? 10,000 yen? That is a lot. A bowl of ramen can cost 900 yen. So that means that's 10 bowls of ramen. That's 10 meals worth in one little Upa. We better find it. That toy is worth that much? Think, Mayuri, where did he drop it? I don't know. That's why I'm looking. And even if I find it, you can't sell it, okay? That 10,000 yen will fund my research. I said you can't sell it. It even has Mayushi's name on it. Thus begins our search for the metal Upa. Come out, wherever you are. Mayuri tries calling its name. I don't know if she truly expects a response. By the way, Tuturu is Mayuri's catchphrase. It means... Actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the metal Upa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall, but on the 7th floor, landing near the capsule toy machines. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe with envy. Writhe. Or writhe with envy. That is an interesting word. What kind of man steals a helpless girl's toy? Is there nothing in his heart but the lust of money? Actually, because I've watched the anime, I think that's a fairly accurate characterization. Sounds like you, Ocarine. Whoa, wasn't expecting that from Mayuri. Alright, we better go. Let's go. What was that? What was that? Yeah, what was that? Was that a scream? I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall. Including Mayuri and me, less than half of the audience remains. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress a shiver. First, the explosion on the roof. Now this. What's going on here? Mayuri squeezes my right hand. Stay here, Mayuri. I take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head in the direction of the scream. The echoes led me down a dark, empty hallway on the same floor. I'm pretty sure it came from around this corner. I crouch down and turn the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any sign of danger. And there, at the end of the passage, I see it. There's something on the ground. No, someone. Someone's on the ground. Oh. Motionless. Who is it? Someone died. The clothes that are familiar. It can't be. Oh, there's the red hair. Oh no. Kurusu. Mikase Kurusu. Her face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impairment genius girl I just fought with 10 minutes ago is now facing down in a pool of bright red blood. She's dead. No. But why? Suddenly I realize that I'm shaking. I want to run away. I shouldn't have come. This is wrong. Someone killed Kurusu. There's no other explanation. Yeah, who would do such a thing? There's no one else here. And if we don't get away, then we're going to be accused of murder, so you better run. I twist around in shock. Some other men have followed me. And every one of them is ghastly pale. They must have seen the body. Call the police. A man cries out in panic. At this, everyone else starts screaming and running away. I follow them, of course. There's absolutely no reason to stay here. Okay, at least no one can accuse us of murder. Concern for Kurusu is superseded by my instinctive urge to flee. Oh boy. We should check to see her pulse. She might still be alive. We need to check the pulse. We need to stop the bleeding. We need to do, if her heart is having trouble, we need to do chest compressions. There's so many things we could do. We might be able to save her. Get back there. When I get back to the assembly hall, Mayuri is waiting for me with tears in her eyes. What happened? Ocarine. We're leaving. I grab Mayuri's hand and run. I race down the stairs, trying to drive the image of Kurusu's dead body from my mind. But I can't. The redness of her blood is burned into my mind more than the sight of the body itself. Whew. That was the first time seeing a dead body. Is this what it's like? When I realized that she was dead, I felt chilling terror and a surge of nausea. I have a feeling this is his first time seeing a corpse. I mean, after a certain while, they kind of lose their... They stop being scary. And it just becomes another thing on the ground, you know, another object. I won't say another thing on the ground, but theoretically I should say another thing in a casket. But that was all I felt, fear and disgust. Shouldn't there be something more? I guess I just didn't know her that well. Alright. Oh, what's that in the back? That looks like Star Wars or something. There's a robot holding an orb, and it looks like a kite. I wonder what that is. It looks very interesting. I wouldn't mind watching whatever that movie is. I finally stop once we get to the main street, Chuodori. My chest pounds, my breathing labored from running down the stairs at full speed. Hey, what happened? You look really pale. Mayuri doesn't seem to comprehend the situation. I guess it's because she didn't see the body. She's not even breathing hard. She looks slow, but she's actually pretty fast on her feet. Someone died. Huh? I take several deep breaths. The color of the blood still stains my brain. But I've calmed down a bit. Kurisu is dead. And I don't know who the killer is. It could be many people. Sirens in the distance. I guess an ambulance will be here soon. Then the police will arrive, and this area will become a crime scene. But for now, the crowds milling through Akihabara have no idea what has happened. Oh, this is an Akihabara. Got it. Everyone is going about their own business as usual. The never-ending search for electronics, moe, and... Hey, Longpod, how's it going? And porn. They are, he's not sugarcoating it. Just another day in Akihabara. I thought Akihabara was all about... I remember Akihabara is all about consumerism. There's lots of plushies, there's lots of games, lots of books. Yeah, I guess the Big P is going to be part of that list. I just kind of thought of Akihabara as more child-friendly. Maybe it's because I haven't explored Akihabara enough. Maybe if I ever make it back to Japan, I will have to go to Akihabara and look see more what I can see there. Okay, I take out my phone out of my pocket, perhaps out of reflex. I'm not sure what I plan to do next. Oh, I know. My friend Daru. I'll let him know what happened just now, since he knows about Kurisu. Alright then. Since we have ads, let's wait a sec. Let's wait a sec for the ads to pass through. So far, the intro is a beat for beat as the anime. There's little things a little bit slightly different here and there, but for the most part... Oh, I don't have ads. Oh, you're very lucky. You are very, very lucky. I know for some people, they'll get ads, and then it will be just a full 2 minutes of ads. Actually, from my understanding, YouTube is looking into trying to do ad insertion into streams. They're hoping to do at least up to 3 ads for streams, which is ludicrous. Could you imagine 3 minutes worth of ads for YouTube? Well, yeah, but YouTube is running at a loss. So much content is uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis. I think it's 4 petabytes at least. It's a huge amount of data, and they have to store all that and then stream it. Man, there's a lot of Yeah, money-wise, it's quite tight. Hmm. Actually, knowing the amount of data that is generated, I'm going to, because I'm having fun programming in the evenings. One of the projects I was working on was an initial concept for doing a TuneTuber design. Oh, hey, ads are done. Welcome back, chat. So one is idea was doing a TuneTuber streaming design so that I could make my avatar a bit more streamlined. Instead of having it set up a bunch of different little movies, we would auto generate the pictures based off of my folders, and then just pass them straight into a video feed. By doing it that way, I could theoretically start doing all sorts of crazy things, as opposed to being just stuck to standard pictures or standard videos. The other one is the ROM hacking tracking database. Right now, we are figuring out a lot. I think I might have figured out what the problem is. I want to program it after the morning stream. So I'm going to do that definitely afterwards. But yeah, that project is extracting out ROM hacking data, keeping track of the various websites that have the ROM hacking data, and seeing what is updated and what is compatible. That's a pretty big project, so we're working on that. Another project I want to do, which should be a little bit simpler, and since we're establishing most of the framework, when I start working on this new project, I can just copy paste. And this one is I want to extract out a lot of data from YouTube. The idea is I want to extract out channel names, video names, the descriptions of the videos, and then the hashtags. All of the general information you can get out of a video. And then I want to feed it all into a neural network and start trying to find out which YouTubers are more closely related to other YouTubers. The end goal is to build kind of like you could probably call it a chatbot. It's a neural network. So you would input in some data and then it'll output a response. But the idea is you put in a YouTuber and then it will try and provide you with all of the other YouTubers which closely align with the YouTuber of interest. So if I want to watch Numberphile is a YouTube channel which is dedicated to math. And I say, okay, find alternatives to Numberphile. It will then go in and go, okay, well, Mathologer is also a math YouTuber, so there you go, Mathologer. But there's also a couple other ones. Computerphile is the same. It's the same people who are running a different channel, so they'll output that as well. And then you might be, down the line, you're like, because this is all not bio, but physics and science focused, maybe Anton in his videos will show up because he's closely related to talking about research. So that's the third project I'm looking into working on, but that's once we get more of the database structure set up. Either way, let's get back to the game. 17 minutes we have before the next ad, so let's play. I suppose it might be disrespectful to the victim, but my adrenaline is pumping, and I can't calm my decisions after witnessing something like that firsthand. That's how humans are, after all. We're not as special as we like to believe. I think it's very interesting. I really do. In fact, this is kind of what I was hoping that the YouTube recommendations would do, but YouTube recommendations feel so borked. The algorithm is so borked on YouTube. I just don't want to. Yeah, I just don't want to. I want to make my own because it just doesn't work the way I want it. I type in Cantonese videos and then it gives me. I type in Cantonese language and it decides, oh, obviously you want to watch. What's his name? Oh, obviously you want to watch Mr. Beast. Watch Mr. Beast lose weight. Like, no, I want to learn Cantonese, you stupid git. Stop trying to tell me to watch Mr. Beast. Oh, I want to watch the lady who teaches Japanese. I forget her name, but she had her camera at like a 90 degrees angle. And they're like, no, I want to learn Cantonese, you git. I don't want to learn simple Japanese from a lady who is not actually teaching Japanese. She's just selling her body. Come on, give me what I want. So yeah, I figured that I could probably do a little bit better job at making a search algorithm on YouTube. So that's what I plan to work on. That's the next project. And hey, you never know. If it actually starts working very well, then maybe I can try and make an actual. We can build a React framework and put it online so that people can interface with it. Alter search. There you go. YouTube alter search. Alternative search. Let's see. At the end of the day, we're nothing but dirty slime-like flesh. I wouldn't say slime. We're more like a meat sack. Our souls fester like. What the? He is a very expressive individual, isn't he? Left on the rod of a wound. Oh boy. That's how we are. That's how we humans are. That is one thing I will say I like about this game. Just playing through the first the prologue, is that Ocarine, we get a more expressive understanding of him. Because we have to watch the anime in third person, we don't get his inner monologues, so we don't really, besides what he can vocalize, which is what you typically usually see, there's not much else we can really know about him. So it's kind of fun to get these little quips in. Really tells us who this guy is and how crazy he is. He seems a bit crazy. Let's see here. While wallowing in a bit of angst, I begin to type on my phone. Well, yeah, we did get a couple thoughts, but they were in favor of trying to explain a facial expression on screen. So you'd see him make a angry face, like, her, and then you'll hear a blurb saying, Professor Kayabashi he's a moron, or he is lying, and then we'll cut back to the actions. There's more thoughts here, so we get a much more detailed understanding of him. Since we can't see his face, it's all his thoughts, which is actually quite nice. Someone stabbed Kurisu. Don't know who. I don't know who. Looked bad. Hope she's okay. I don't know if she was stabbed. That just seems like the most logical explanation, given the amount of blood and the absence of a gunshot. Yeah, I hope she's okay. Yeah, he's just... If he truly wanted to see if she was okay, he should have gone back and checked her heart rate, checked her pulse, not just run away from the body. Usually... Okay, I would like to think at least... I haven't been in the situation, but personally, I like to think at least that if I come to an incident where someone is severely hurt, the first thing I would do is contact the police, contact an ambulance, and then I would check to see if she has a heart... do the basics. Check that she has a heart rate, check to see if... check to see if she has a heart rate is the main thing. If she doesn't, then... there's nothing we can do. But if she does, then the thing is to try and prevent bleeding, try and make sure that she's still breathing, so chest compressions to make sure her heart's still going. Those types of things. But no, he just ran. I guess, first time seeing a dead body for him. I can't exactly explain why I didn't. If I had to say, I guess I felt like writing it down would set it in stone. It might make me feel guilty as well. The thought brings a smirk to my face. It's not like I am the one who killed her. Why should I feel guilty? I just saw someone's death up close, and only a few minutes later, I'm smiling. Am I really that cruel and cold? Well, I am a fiendish mad scientist, so it suits me. I finish typing and place my thumb on the send button. And then I press down. Sending. Oh. We actually get to see the number change. What? What was that? Wait, look around. Oh, hey, we finally get to see them. They're gone. Summer break. Noon. The busiest street in town. Just now, thousands of pedestrians vanished into thin air. Is this a dream? Am I hallucinating? I don't know. But they're gone. It is a really good picture, isn't it? Man, I wonder how we would feel walking around in a massive empty city. I definitely think it would give one the creeps. I mean, in Hong Kong is also an extremely massive city, and we don't nearly have. I walk around Hong Kong all the time, and usually there's always at least somebody. Even in the dead of night, there are people walking around. So could you just imagine a busy street like this just empty? I think it'd be very unsettling. I saw them vanish with my own two eyes. I stand petrified, speechless, and alone on the empty streets. Desperate to find someone, anyone, I look up. And there at the top of Radakan, sticking out from the 8th floor event hall where we just were. Oh boy, is a crashed satellite. Well, that actually explains why nobody's wandering around the street. Oh, hey, the opening. There's no end, though there's a start. It is the power that ruins, and through the start of the star, the person who has wisdom could read to the foolish one. That's a lot of text. It looked like Genshin. Hey! Man, he is buff. Look at it. He could bench press a planet. Look how big he is. Suzuha. Hey, Ferris. Luca. Mioka. Or Moika. The music is actually a bit different from the anime. It sounds like the same singer. Open the eyes. Oh, hey, it's a TV. Steins Gate. All right, we got a trophy. Hey, you. Can you see us? Why won't you answer? Imagine playing this. I wish I did play it 10 years ago. Let's see, this came out in actually, when did this come out? Let's do a quick peek. Let's see here. When did Steins Gate come out? Not the TV series. And again, he could bench press a planet. Look how bulky he is. In the anime, he looked kind of fat, but here he looks like a weightlifter. Okay, let's go to the wiki. I guess that we can. Oh, there it is. I saw it. Visual novel. There's the. Nope. There we go, this one. Came out in 2009. So it is 2009. Okay. Came out on the Windows, PSP, then North America, PS3, PSV, and then we have worldwide, Windows and Windows. Different consoles: Xbox, Windows, PlayStation Portable, iOS, PlayStation 3, Vita, Android, and PS4. Okay then, so it kind of came out everywhere. I'm surprised they didn't re-release it on... I'm surprised they didn't re-release it on the PlayStation 5. How much do you bet the PlayStation 5 version is the upgraded place, or this is the PlayStation 4 version that you can... Another remake of Steins Gate Reboot was officially announced on October... Wait, they're remaking it? They're remaking it? One moment. Let's check this out. What is this? Remake the original game with redone visuals and story additions. It is planned for 2025. So they're remaking it. Okay. Is this supposed to be like a remaster re-release kind of thing they're doing? I bet it is. I bet what they're doing is they're going to... Now, they say they're going to remake the visuals, though. But I like the original art style. I hope they're not going to do the other version. Let's see here. Where is that one called? Let's go Steins Gate visual novel anime version. Oh, no, we're not looking for those. There is a version of the game that uses the anime artwork. But I don't see the... Yeah, I don't see it. I remember seeing it online, but I guess not that popular, maybe? All right. Anyway. One last thing that I just thought about. Let's see here. Doing a quick check. Not here. That's strange. Well, this is kind of why I am... Here it is, right here. So Game Brew. All right, then. We're going to have to start extracting Game Brew. 2011 Steins Gate PSP debut. Despite its general release, the game garnered little Western attention due to its exclusivity in Japan. This patch aims to deliver the full English Steins Gate experience to PSP users using various translations across the platforms. So yeah, if you have the Japanese version of Steins Gate for the PSP, there is a translation patch. Look at that. Oh, and apparently it's been updated recently. Re-rendered the fake ending sequence. And apparently there were some bug fixes. Oh, I see. It's called Elite. And they cut oh, that doesn't sound elite at all. That doesn't sound elite at all. Here we go, Wikipedia. So, see here, it was developed for the... So this is the one that you can get on the Nintendo Switch. It's also on the Vita. Oh my. The game was created by Planner. Was influenced by the fully animated the animated game series developed. That's dude. The game has received widespread. Oh, this is just talking about the game. It is an updated, fully animatic remake of the 2009 game using footage of the anime adaptation of the original game. But they didn't cover every possible event because this is a visual novel story where you have branching paths. As such, not all events. I think this is what you meant when they said cut content. I'm a bit surprised they didn't add in more scenes that we didn't see before. Add in a bit more details and such. And they did a Steins Gate Zero Elite version, which does the exact same thing. For those who want to play the anime as opposed to enjoy the... Like, look at this. The art is so good. Why would you want to change it? I don't know. Why won't you answer me? I'm asking you a question. Yes, you on the other side of the monitor. Your silence only strengthens my hypothesis. I suppose that from your perspective, it appears that we are the ones inside the monitor. But that's where you're wrong. For it is you who are inside. Your reality is nothing but lies and shadows. Naturally, that includes you. That includes you too. Oh boy. I recommend not playing this game when you're high. I think this event right here might have some people have a... they'll start tripping balls if they... during this sequence and you're really, really high. True reality is on this side of the screen. Don't believe me? I don't blame you. Few are those who can handle the truth. But no matter, I shall speak in simpler terms, easy enough for even you to understand. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory, located in the Akihabara district of Tokyo. We call it simply the Lab. Our purpose is to shatter the system and plunge the world into chaos. Well, he's definitely going with the mad scientist motif. So, we have 40 seconds. Let's wait for the ads to finish, and then we'll continue the story. This is... But yeah, look at the artwork. It is so nice. It's very stylish. And the thing I like about the artwork is that it's not the traditional style. Whoever drew this, you can clearly tell it has a very specific style. There are a lot of animes out there, and a lot... In fact, one of the arguments right now involving American media is that everybody received a drawing degree from Cal Arts, and as such, everyone does bean mouth style, where it's all this very chibi, cutesy, no sharp edged pictures, and everyone has a bean for a mouth. So for this game, at least, it is all, like, the art style, it is so unique. I really enjoy that. We can check what the system means. Yeah, I know. I do like the anime. I do like the anime. No throwing shade at that. I'm just commenting that it's a bit exhausting when a medium doesn't try to push beyond the boundaries. When all of the content created is safe and it stays in the cookie cutter cutouts, then yeah, it gets boring. Give us more games like this. Anyway, let's continue. This is the Future Gadget Laboratory. Oh yeah, we read this. Shadow the system. Let's see what the system is. Here we go, the system. The system is the means by which the organization maintains its grip on humanity. Its full scope is too vast to comprehend. but suffice to say, the system gives the organization influence over government, religion, media, culture, and science worldwide. Most people do not even know that their lives are controlled by the system. It is so deeply embedded in the fabric of society that modern civilization would not be able to function without it. Destroying the system, therefore, would plunge the world into chaos. I wonder what they mean. I wonder what he still means by the system. Because that could mean a whole lot of things. Oh, okay, let's continue. Really? You shouldn't do bad things, Okuri. Quiet. I'm a mad scientist, remember? From the station, head down Chuodori until you reach Shishiro Station. Then take a left onto Kuramabashi Dori. In the alley before the traffic light, you'll find the rundown Ohama building. The lab that reaches the second floor. I'm very tempted to go to Google Maps and see if we can find this and see if this actually exists. We'll do that during the next break. During the next break, while we're waiting for ads to finish, we'll see if we can find this. True door of. We can probably just look up Steins Gate building and Google Maps, and that might find it for us. On the first floor is the store of ill repute. On the first floor is a store of ill repute called the Braun Tube Workshop. You can't miss it. It deals exclusively in CRT monitors and all things. Can you imagine, even in the heart of Akihabara's electric town, the demand for CRTs is practically non-existent. But the property of the Braun Tube Workshop, Kinoji is also the owner of the building. That's how he can afford to maintain this ridiculously niche hobby shop, even as land value continues to rise. He may seem a bit rough. He may seem a rough sort, but he was no match for my charisma. Now the entire second floor is mine for next to nothing. Mwahaha. I digress. The Future Gadget Laboratory is currently experiencing a severe shortage of manpower. We welcome dedicated scientists from all fields to apply. At present, our researchers are... Mr. Braun is also nuts in the visual novels. Oh. We will have to see. We'll see that. Same as Daru. I remember Daru is an otaku. He's supposed to have... in the anime, he had like 9 anime waifus. Or video game waifus. And he was complaining about how he doesn't have enough time to interact with them. Oh, and Ferris, yes. And Ferris. Ocarine. You're going to say lab mems, not researchers. Our lab mems, the laboratory members, are 3. I am the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, Lab Mem number 1, the insane mad scientist Hyo Koyoma. Okarine's a cuter name though. Next is our resident cosplayer, and only female member, Lab Mem number 2, Shina Mayuri. Call me Mayushi. I like making costumes more than wearing them. Oh, she could actually earn a lot of money making those costumes. And last, we have our resident super hacker, a member, Lab Mem number 3, Hashida Itaru. Stop calling me that. It's super hacker, duh. Here at the Future Gadget Laboratory, we devote ourselves to the art of invention. For details, see our lab's homepage. Our top priority, of course, is to develop weapons for the war with the Dark Domain, but that research has spawned a number of offshoot inventions. In fact, it's all that spawned. Our arsenal of future gadgets is up to 8, but this is just the beginning. I have a total of 108 inventions to create. 108, that is a lot of inventions. Like in the tennis manga, right? I get it. No, it's the number of earthly desires, you mortals. You, at Channel Junkie. Wait, there's 108 desires. There's 108 desires. We have a lot to look up during the break. And I thought I told you not to interrupt me when I'm talking. Yeah, wouldn't help to interrupt you talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself. Can't you see? I'm talking to the person behind the monitor. He's talking to us. He's talking to us. Yeah, he just grinned. What are you grinning about, damn you? You don't even exist outside that monitor. Just say, don't look at me. I don't think that's going to work. It appears our attempts to communicate have failed. It's sad to see someone so deeply in denial of reality. Maybe they think we're in the game. I doubt it's even occurred to them. But aren't your 2D girlfriends the same way? That's different. Those girls are my wives. I told you. I remember that. He has waifus. Nobody cares about your harem. But Mayushi's touched upon a very interesting theme. You know? What if we're actually just characters in a game? Anyway, we can know for sure. No. Come on. Such questions are meaningless. Our time is better spent thinking of ways to destroy the system. It is a lot. Nice Chunibuyu, bro. Okay, what is Chunibuyu? We have to look up some... What's this one? 8th grade syndrome, a term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males. Also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Okay. Characterized by an afflicted attitude of nihilism and cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions, the power of superiority, and consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chunbyu, which is often abbreviated to Chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies, superpowers, superpowers, especially powers sealed in a character's eyes or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse. The consummate Chunbyu case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Ocarine is a textbook example. I see. Okay. I was about to say, it's... Besides the putting it in the background, personal background, I would argue I knew a lot of people like that. I know so many people who think they're the protagonist of the universe, and there's a conspiracy against everybody, and they're the one aware of it. It's interesting that there's a Japanese word for that. I step back from the monitor. Displayed on screen is an ugly, cute character, Alpacamon. Well, yes, you're right. Everyone is the protagonist of their own life. I just wish people would understand that just because you're the protagonist of your own life doesn't mean you're the protagonist in someone else's life. If people would delineate the difference between the two. You're in control of your own life, someone else is in control of their life. You're not the center of their life, and you are not the center of theirs. As such, learn a bit of humility and just enjoy life enjoy life without messing with others. This is a game called Alpaca Man 2, where you speak to an alpaca via microphone and watch him react. The game exploded in popularity when it was released 10 years ago, but personally, I find only the ugly part of the ugly cute to be true. I bought it yesterday, 500 yen used, headset included. I turned to Daru with a menacing glare. Shut it, Heka. I'm no Chunibuyu patient. I sweep my hair back and flash a devilish grin. No, he's exactly that. I am Hyoyin Kyoma. That's your character name, right? Oh, Daru. Your communication skills are beyond repair. I'll have you know, I go to a ton of offline meets, and I'm always the life of the party. This fat, bispeckled guy is my brother-in-arms and right-hand man, Hashida Itaru, also known as Daru. He's a hardcore otaku. You can always find him in front of the computer, playing video games and watching anime. He has 2D wives on whom he cheats with 3D maids. I don't agree with his preferences, but to him, anything's fine as long as it's moe. He's the reliable and skilled partner who brings my ideas to fruition. Despite his insistence that software is his forte, he shows remarkable aptitude with hardware as well. So he's the engineer of the bunch. I need a bit. The needle bit my finger. Oh, over here, nursing her pricked finger, we have Shina Mayuri, a 17-year-old high school student, if you can believe it. I've known her since we were both small. She's also an otaku, nowhere near as Daru's level though. This ditzy girl is in charge of the lab's official costume division for women, and today she's working on costumes at her usual leisure pace. Well, as I said, if you look around, usually when it comes to translations, they will age them up if they release it in the US audience. I know they did that for Bravely Default, and they did it for... Okay, Bravely Default is currently the only game coming to my mind, but it's possible they did it here as well. We'll have to check it out. We have a lot to look up. We have a lot to look up during the break. Why does the Future Gadget Laboratory need costumes for women? It doesn't. The truth is that Mayuri is completely useless. Still, there's no way I could ever kick her out. After all, she was the first one to join the Future Gadget Laboratory. I still remember the day Mayuri first came to the lab. It was spring. She said to me, Mayoshi is Okarin's hostage. I belong here. Again, if you're high playing this, you're going to be so confused. Well, that certainly was cryptic. Exactly. But her offer was my salvation. For she was the first to join me on my magnificent quest. She saved me from a solitary life on the run from the organization. I will never forget her kindness. Mayuri doesn't have to be useful. Her being here is enough. Well, true. If you're that wasted, if you're that high, I'm pretty sure everything will be mind-bogglingly crazy to you. So, did Alpaca Man say anything? Nope, nothing. The human-faced alpaca inside the monitor was completely unresponsive. So unresponsive you'd think the game was bugged. Whatever, I give up. Never again will I play this boring game. Damn antisocial alpaca. I curse his name and smack the TV. soon as I do, the TV makes it sound like it's shorted, and then the screen goes blank. I change the channel. Nothing. Check the power cable. Nothing. He broke the TV. Whack it again. Nothing. I guess it's broken. Damn. This crummy TV is on lease from the Braun Tube workshop downstairs. It's probably just old. Yeah, you're right. He didn't need to smack it. You made Mr. Alpaca angry. Damn. I'll have to get it repaired later. I turn off the TV and lie down on the couch. I'm fed up with the humidity of Japanese summers. I stare at the conspicuous stain on the ceiling wall, fanning myself. I close my eyes, and what naturally comes to mind is that impossible scene I saw a few hours ago. They're gone. As I left Radakan everywhere, everyone vanished before my eyes. I can't explain it. And it wasn't just the people on the streets. The people in the stores gone, in the restaurants gone, even the cars vanished, drivers and all. And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. I could still hear the music from the stores, but those catchy melodies were the only sounds of life remaining. Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. I just stood there, breathless, until... What's wrong? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared. She was right here, looking at me with questioning eyes. Everyone disappeared just now, right? Huh? You saw it too, right? Just now, before our very eyes. Panic took hold as the enormity of what just happened struck me. Unable to control myself, I grabbed Mayuri by her slender shoulders, and shook her. Did you see it, Mayuri? You saw it, right? Mayuri's head flopped back and forth from the shaking. They didn't see anything. You didn't? I stopped shaking her and looked straight into her eyes. She returned my gaze with eyes clear as glass marbles. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. There were people here a second ago, weren't there? There were? Even the store employees are gone. That's impossible by any measures. Of course they are. Her reply didn't make any sense. It was like this when we got here. Oh, I know. You're seeing things, aren't you? I'm sure it's 'cause of the heat. How could she laugh at a time like this? I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. There wasn't a cloud in sight. The scorching summer sun shone bright through the gaps between Akiba's buildings. Naturally, my eyes drifted to the top floor of Radakan, where I had been just a moment before. There it was, an enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building, where not 5 minutes before I had found Misaki Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Mikase Kurisu might still be in that dark, narrow passageway, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was, what the hell is that satellite doing here? Right before Dr. Nakabashi's presentation, the building shook like a bomb and exploded. the rooftop locked had been broken, and beyond it, somewhere, had placed a satellite-like machine surrounded by smoke and glowing dust. When I first saw it, the satellite was on top of the roof. But that's not what I'm seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the building This satellite has penetrated the top floor of the building, obliterating the room where Dr. Nakabashi's press conference had been held. It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere. I just continued going through the ads. Whoops. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The real question was, when did that happen? Yeah, it was just kind of there when we were outside, so after we sent the message. Mayuri, about the satellites. Yeah. What a surprise, huh? What do you mean? What was a surprise? It made a huge kaplow sound. A huge kaplow? It certainly did make a sound, but I don't think it was kaplow. I'd say it's more like a zoom. Did that satellite fall out of the sky? Did it? Do you think any aliens were on board? Had I lost my mind? What I had seen didn't match at all what Mayuri was saying. Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? Hey, you two. Just then, a uniformed policeman ran up to us, his expression stern. What do you think you're doing here? This area is off limits. You have to leave. We're sorry. First, my good man, let's call you Officer A. Let's call you Officer A. And he's even questioning it. Officer A? You could have just asked for his name, Okari. Thousands of people have just vanished. You saw it, didn't you? What are you talking about? Get out of here. I was quickly losing confidence in my own memories. I decided to tell him about Mikase Kusuro and get him to call an ambulance. But before I could, look, I don't have time for your nonsense. The policeman took me to the upper arm and said, no one got stabbed at Radikan. What? How could he say that with such certainty? While I was still trying to comprehend the situation, the policeman forcibly led us away. UPK. We were escorted up the UPK and released. There were people at UPK as usual. Actually, there were far more people than usual. The place was packed. Well, if Akihabara is closed down, no wonder why it's extra packed. People are still going to live. They're still going to wander around and do stuff. Just as Officer A has said, Churodori has been blockaded by police, so nobody could enter. There was nothing we could do, so we headed back to the lab. And that brings us to the present. I'm baffled. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabashi's presentation really happen? I checked online for answers. The net, let's see here. The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radikan. All of the major stations in Tokyo, even To TV, are running special bulletins about it. Fortunately, it doesn't look like anyone was hurt, but Chuodori is still closed off. Akihabara Station is jammed with reporters and curious onlookers. Nobody has mentioned anything about the disappearance of thousands of people from Akiba streets, nor about Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery. A mystery. I see. So that's it. I see. So that's it. From the sofa, I sprang to my feet, a wide grin across my face. Daru and Mayuri turn and stare. This is all an elaborate cover-up by the organization. Their influence has corrupted local law enforcement, which means the entire government has already been under their control. My God. But they underestimated me, for I am not so easily played. One day I will expose their deeds and put an end to their reign. Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take up a celebratory bottle of Dr. P. I'm guessing this is supposed to be Diet Dr. Pepper. Or Dr. Pepper. My favorite soda from the fridge. Yeah, he claims to be a mad scientist, but he is definitely not following the scientific method. You just don't come up with an idea and say, this is obvious, this is the obvious conclusion. You have to form a hypothesis. You then have to collect evidence, and then do rigorous testing to prove that it actually exists. He's not doing any of that. He's just imagining things and saying this is reality. The lab has no air conditioning. Ice-cold drinks are essential. He's a mad scientist. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot the word mad. I guess mad scientists can get away with making stuff up on the spot. That's why they're mad. An elixir intellectualitis, a drink fit for a genius. Cola's better. Ocarines really loves his Dr. P. I pity the man who knows not the greatness of this beverage. Mwahaha. Oh, that's funny. Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory, the development room. Just as the name implies, this is the room where we develop future gadgets. Needlessly to say, it is strictly off limits to outsiders. Yes, I know the setup is cheap. I would much rather have an airlock than a curtain, but our research budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition. Well, you kinda need the funds too. It's both. Funds and ambition. You need the money to do what you're ambitious about. You can be as ambitious as you want, but if you have no money, you can't get it done. So, you kinda need both. I poked Daru and bid him follow me into the development room. All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. It's hot, almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that.